Hi everyone, my name is Sean McGovern and I'm the head of programming at the Gays LGBTQ International Film Festival. Gays has been running for 29 years, and if you know your history, that's 1 year before the decriminalisation of homosexuality in Ireland. So in many ways, Gays has really been leading the way in visual culture and queer stories for a very, very, very long time. It's really important because it's Ireland's only dedicated queer film festival, and we have a kind of a responsibility not just to show the best and most entertaining and enjoyable LGBT film internationally and locally, but also, we show what we want to see and how we want to be seen. We're living in a time where you could argue that there's a lot more equality and diversity, but at the same time, you might get one film that's been sanctioned as the queer film of the year from the major studios. And the thing about Gays is that we show films that kind of still exist outside the mainstream, some that do have mainstream appeal, but also the kind of community and DIY films that really have a place within the queer community. This year, Gays is still a little bit smaller, but we have a tightly compact and robust selection of films this year. And we're really happy with the selection that we've been able to find and put together. We've got some great films for you, including the opening film, which is a film called The Novice, which recently won prizes at the Tribeca Film Festival in New York. And we have this amazing, really sweet-natured, inclusive documentary called No Straight Lines, which is closing the festival. And in between, we have 6 fantastic short film programs, which were a collaborative process this year with me and 2 very talented people, James Hudson and Alice Linehan. And we also have a few crowd pleasers. For some people, they'll know the film Beautiful Thing, which is celebrating its 25th anniversary this year, and also the director's cut of But I'm a Cheerleader. We just thought we want to put 2 crowd pleasers in there to get people back into the cinema where they belong. And we have some amazing documentaries, and I think one of my personal highlights is the 90th anniversary of the German film Mädchen in Uniform, which is an incredibly progressive film from what we call Weimar Germany, and I really think that is a beauty to behold, because it's sound, but it's just come out of that silent era, so every single movement is a pose, and I just adore that film. The strangest thing that happened to me in film festivals, well, I guess the first thing to say is that, when you have film festivals, you often get to meet the odd famous person here and there, but we don't like to name drop. The strangest thing that happens, especially from programming queer film festivals, is that very often you're standing in front of a large crowd of people, you don't know who they are, and you can't really see them because of the lights. And then sometime afterwards, somebody might approach you and say, "Oh, I saw you introduce that film." And I actually have made quite a few friends from people who've just approached me saying, "We liked your introduction," or "They thought that was funny," or "We loved the film," "We hated the film." It's a great conversation starter. And I think that has always been the most interesting part for me, is just to see where these connections come from. Because I'm very approachable, I like to think, at least. Next year is the 30th anniversary of Gays, so that's a big birthday. Anyone who has turned 30 will agree. And we really hope that with the loosening of restrictions and with the vaccinations, and just optimistically hoping for a better society, better world, that we can have the big birthday bash that we deserve. And I would love that to be kind of a retrospective of the last 30 years, as well as having new content as well. And following Gays, this year, we're actually having a little satellite festival in Galway, which is going to be a little bit of the best of 2020 and 2021 to other parts of Ireland, because we don't want to be just a Dublin-centric film festival, because Gays is for everybody. My superpower, I think, is introducing a film and then somehow remembering the name, the director, the year, and all the information about the film completely on the fly in front of a whole crowd of people. When I was a kid, I once forgot the lines of a poem on a stage, and I think I've tried my best for that never to happen again. So yeah, just kind of finding things in the recess of my mind and being in 2 places at once. That's the special power you have to have when doing a film festival.